Welcome, I'm Mr. Simons here in lesson 3. We're now solving inverse functions, looking at a straight line function, given a drawing, and from the drawing we must first be able to find the equation. That's one of our favorite things to test. Can you find the equation given a drawing, especially in grade 12? These are my basics, but I hope you follow. I'm just refreshing. Alright, so determine the equation given that 1.1 touches at -2 and 0 and 0 and 1. That's called a x-intercept because it's making contact with the x-axis, and that there is called a y-intercept because it's making contact with the y-intercept. Right, so follow the procedure. Method 1 and method 2. There's two ways. So method 1, we have general equation for straight line, y equal mx plus c. I'm going to determine the gradient first, taking into account we have the x-intercept, which is -2 and 0, the y-intercept, which is 0 and 1. So my equation for gradient, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Change in y over change in x. So there, I've taken the y2, 1, so therefore x2, 0 at the bottom there, x1, or -2 at the bottom, and that becomes -2 and 0 on the top. So 1 minus 0 give me 1, negative times negative give me positive, so my gradient equal half. So m is half, so in the place of m I'm going to place half. So I have y equal to half x plus c, and then I have to substitute in my y-intercept to get the c value. So that 1 from my y-intercept is simply the value of c, so my equation now becomes fx equal half x plus c. Can also do it vice versa. So method 2, we write down the general equation, y equal mx plus c, and we first substitute in the y-intercept. So y-intercept is straight out my c value, right? So c there is 1, so in the equation I put 1. Then I substitute in the other point given, -2 and 0. So in the place of x, I have -2. In the place of y, I have 0. This says that x is -2 when y is 0. If I take positive 1 over, it becomes -1. -2 times m becomes -2m. If I divide by -2, we always divide by the coefficient in front of the variable, the letter. So -1 divided by -2 will give me 1 over 2. So m equal half. So therefore the function of x equal half x plus 1. So there we got the equation, and now with the equation we can now go to your general problems. You're unable to find the equation, everything else you've done is wrong, so you'd lose a lot of marks. Alright. Determine f -1x. This, as stated previously, means can you find the equation of the inverse. So we found the equation fx equal half x plus 1. So for inverse functions, we'll always swap x and y. So that y value there went in the place of x, and that x went in the place of y. From there, we just must be able to make y the subject of the formula. So plus 1 needs to get away from y, so I take it across. It's positive here, it becomes negative on the other side. Left with half y. To get rid of half, we always multiply the denominator away, so that becomes 2 times x and 2 times -1, which gives me -2. So y equal 2x minus 2. So therefore the equation of my inverse, f -1x equal 2x minus 2. Right, so that's the equation of my inverse. Right, now plot the functions of the inverse without any further calculations, showing all intercepts. So the straight line was given with -2 and 0 and 0 and 1. We say without calculations, we assume you know its reflection about the line y equal to x. You're simply going to swap the coordinates. X becomes y and y becomes x. Right, so there -2 and 0 became 0 and -2. 0 and 1 becomes 1 and 0, and I draw a straight line through that points. This pink line that I've drawn, you don't need to draw. That is just to show you that is where reflection is taking place, y equal to x. Alright, so hope you understand. Continue practicing. If you like the video, please share and subscribe.